Zeke, we're going to go over the sufferings of Jesus, okay? We're going to go over them all, okay? It starts out. Read the first one.
Jesus.
What's that word? Sound it up. In?
Jesus
Institutes.
Jesus institutes the
Eucharist.
Eucharist.
Okay? That was a...
Bible keeps falling down. It's hard for me to hold.
Okay. That was at the Last Supper, like we have the picture of, okay? That's where Jesus started the Eucharist. You know how when we go and the priest gives us bread, okay, the body of Christ, okay, it started with Jesus with the Last Supper right there. Okay? Number 2, Jesus experiences great agony at the Mount of Olives. Okay, we read about that last year in the Bible. Okay, his friends fell asleep and Jesus is suffering. And he just asked his friends to come with him and pray with him. Instead, they fell asleep. He was suffering. He was very sad. He was really, really sad. And he asked his friends to come with him and pray with him. Okay, it's always good to pray to Papa God when you're sad. And his friends fell asleep. And that made him even sadder because he said, "Oh, you didn't even stay awake with me." Okay, you want Dada to read the third one?
No, Jesus is betrayed with a kiss.
Jesus is betrayed with a kiss. Who betrayed Jesus with a kiss?
Judas.
Yeah, it was Judas. Okay.
Who's Judas?
You know which one he is.
No.
Yeah, on the picture. Okay, Dad, I'll show you that later. Let's move on. Okay. You want to read the fourth one or only Dada?
Me.
Okay, read the fourth one.
Jesus is dragged before the judgment.
Jesus is dragged before the judgment seat. Okay.
Who's that?
That's Caesar. Or no, I'm sorry, that's Pontius Pilate. That's Pontius Pilate. Remember, Jesus was judged by Pontius Pilate. Okay?
Why?
Because those people were telling lies about Jesus. They said, "Oh, this man did bad things," but it wasn't true. What's the next one?
Jesus is denied, but what's denied?
People, when Jesus was having trouble, okay, when they were being mean to him, all those soldiers, someone came up to Peter and said, "Hey, this man is your friend. Don't you know him?" Peter said, "No, I don't know him." He denied it. He denied that he knew Jesus. And Jesus predicted that. Before the cock, the rooster right there, before he crows twice, Jesus told Peter, "You will deny me 3 times." Okay, so 3 times someone came up to Peter. "Hey, do you know that man?" Peter said, "No, I do not know that man." He denied that he knew Jesus because he was being foolish right then. Okay? But he was sorry. Look right there already. He's sorry. He said he was sorry to Jesus, and Jesus made him leader of the church. Okay? Peter had a very foolish moment. He had a weak time, but Jesus made him strong. He made him the leader of the church. What is the next one? Do you want Dada to read or you read? Jesus is scourged. He's beaten with a whip. You see that? Okay. Wait, what's the next one?
Jesus is crowned with thorns.
Oh, the next one. Jesus is crowned with thorns. Thorns are very painful. They took thorns and put him on Jesus' head to make fun of him. They say, "Oh, you're the king of the Jews. Here, we'll put a crown on you." But it was thorns. They were very rude to Jesus. And the thorns poked into his head. Okay? Turn the page. Do you want Daddy to read the next one, or you read it?
Jesus is present to the people.
Ecce homo. Jesus is presented to the people. That's Latin. Ecce homo. That means Jesus is presented to the people.
Ecce homo.
It means, it's Latin. It means when Jesus is presented to the people. Pilate said, here's this man. You take him and he's going to be crucified. Okay? What's the next one?
Is Pilate good or bad?
Pilate is part good, part bad. Okay? Kind of like Saul. Okay, read the next one, son. Jesus needs to carry his own cross because they were so mean, the soldiers to him. Hey, you carry your own cross, Jesus. And look, they were beating him with a whip. It was so bad. Okay. You want Daddy to read the next one, or you read it?
Me. Jesus falls under the cross.
Jesus fell down. It was so heavy for him, and then he was already exhausted from getting beaten. He fell down. So what happened after that?
Cyrene?
Cyrene?
The name of Cyrene was forced to help Jesus.
The Roman soldier said, hey, go help this man, to Simon of Cyrene. And he did. Simon helped Jesus carry the cross.
Veronica presented her veil to Jesus.
Veronica, one of the believers of Jesus, she gave her veil to Jesus. Said, oh, here, Jesus, you can clean up with this. Okay. What's next?
Jesus was nailed to the cross.
They nailed him. Isn't that so cool, Ziki? Usually they tied people up. Jesus, they put nails in his hands on the cross. What's next?
Jesus died on the cross.
Jesus died on the cross. Okay. He stayed dead for 3 days and then he rose. Do you have any questions about the sufferings of Jesus? Jesus was crucified with two robbers. Okay. One on his left, one on his right. One of them said he was sorry, and Jesus said, oh, I'm going to see you in paradise. He forgave him of his sins. The other one was bad and didn't want to say he was sorry. He was kind of like Saul.
Who said sorry?
One of them, I don't remember if it was the one on the left or the right. One of those robbers said, oh, I'm sorry, Jesus. And Jesus said, you're forgiven. I'm going to see you in paradise.
I think it was on the right.
On the right? Okay.